Hey everyone, ready for something completely different?
Always.
All right, well today we're taking a deep dive into a spiritual philosophy that
Oh, wow.
you might not have heard of before.
Okay.
We're going to be looking at Sweet Children, Divine Guidance,
Right.
a 2025 text that
Okay.
kind of blends Hindu concepts with some really unified ideas.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by the way this text introduces this idea of a supreme soul.
Okay.
They call him the Father or Baba.
Right.
And he's presented as like the ultimate source of knowledge and the guide to liberation.
Definitely piqued my interest.
Yeah.
Some mind-bending ideas in here.
Absolutely.
Like this whole idea of history repeating in cycles.
Yeah.
This Iron Age that we're in,
Right.
and a golden age
Yeah.
that's coming.
Yeah. Let's unpack that a bit.
Okay.
So this supreme soul, the Father,
Okay.
he's more than just like a father figure.
Right.
He's also the teacher, the ultimate guru, the Sat Guru.
Okay.
And the text makes a bold claim. He holds the key to all knowledge
Oh,
from the very beginning of time to the very end.
that's a big claim.
It is. It is.
What kind of knowledge are we even talking about here?
Well, the text emphasizes this knowledge about understanding the cyclical nature of time.
Okay.
It says history unfolds in these repeating 5,000-year cycles
5,000 years. Oh,
with periods of knowledge, kind of like a day,
right.
followed by periods of ignorance, like a night.
Like a spiritual day and night.
Exactly.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Like the four yugas,
Yeah.
or ages,
Mhm.
described in Hindu cosmology.
You're right. There are definite parallels there.
Okay.
But here's where it gets interesting.
Right.
The text claims we are currently in the Iron Age.
The Iron Age. Okay.
And this is depicted as a time of impurity, where things are kind of falling apart.
Right.
But there's this glimmer of hope
Mm.
of a coming golden age
Oh.
of peace and purity.
So we're in the bad times, but the good times are coming.
Exactly.
I mean, do we even care about these cycles, though?
That's a great question.
Like, what does this have to do with us?
Well, the text suggests that this cyclical view of time,
Mhm.
it isn't just some abstract concept.
Okay.
It helps us make sense of our actions,
Okay.
our choices
Right.
in this grand scheme of things.
Mm.
It's about recognizing that we're not just living
Yeah.
in a linear timeline,
Yeah.
but we're part of a much larger cosmic drama.
So we're stuck in this repeating cycle.
Yeah.
We're in like a rough patch right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the text says there's a way out, right?
Yes.
I keep seeing this idea of remembrance.
Remembrance,
What's
yes.
that?
This is presented as the key to liberation from suffering
Okay.
and breaking free from this cycle of rebirth.
So, like, how do we do that?
Well, it's about recognizing your true nature as a soul,
Okay.
distinct from your physical body.
Right.
And it's about consistently aligning your thoughts and actions with the Father's teachings.
So it's less about, like, outward rituals and more about internal transformation.
Absolutely.
It's about shifting your focus away from all the distractions of the outside world
Yes.
and cultivating this deep inner connection with the Father.
That's a great way to put it.
So this knowledge that the Father imparts,
Yes.
it sounds like it's different
That
than
it is.
what we might find in traditional religious teachings.
That's right.
Like, what's the difference?
Well, the text makes a distinction between this unique knowledge
Okay.
and what it calls the stones of traditional religious knowledge. It suggests that these traditional teachings, while valuable,
Right.
they might lack the power to fully liberate us from the cycle.
So we've got this repeating cycle, a rough Iron Age,
Mm-hmm.
a promising golden age coming.
Mm-hmm.
And the key to it all is this remembrance
Yes.
of the Father,
Yes.
understanding ourselves as souls
Yes.
and tapping into this special knowledge.
You've got it. And this path also emphasizes taking an active role
Okay.
in your spiritual growth.
So what does that even mean?
Well, the text talks about charting your progress.
Charting.
Yes.
Like keeping a spiritual scorecard.
In a way,
Yeah.
yes. It's about honestly evaluating how well you're integrating the Father's teachings into your daily life, your thoughts, words, and actions.
I like that. Adds a level of accountability and intentionality
Yeah,
to this whole journey.
exactly. And here's where it gets even more intriguing.
Ooh,
The text introduces this concept of a royal family.
a royal family.
Yes.
What is that?
The royal family refers to those souls
Okay.
who reach the highest level of spiritual awareness. The text says that they will become the rulers in this coming golden age.
Wow. So it's not just about, like,
Right.
individual liberation.
Exactly. It's about
Contributing to a better world.
Precisely. And this concept ties back to the cyclical nature of time.
Right.
The text suggests that souls have specific roles to play within this repeating drama of creation and destruction.
Okay. So we've got a supreme soul who holds the key to breaking free from this cycle. But we're in the Iron Age, but the Golden Age is on the horizon.
Yes.
And the path involves remembrance.
Yes.
Understanding ourselves as souls.
Yes.
Tapping into this unique knowledge. Plus, we've got this whole idea of a royal family emerging.
You got it. You summarized it beautifully.
Okay.
We've only just scratched the surface, though, of this fascinating philosophy.
There's so much more to unpack.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, we're going to be back soon to dive deeper into these intriguing concepts, from sweet children to divine guidance.
Looking forward to it.
Stay with us. Welcome back. I'm still thinking about all this stuff about the royal family ruling in the Golden Age.
It's an interesting take.
It really is, yeah.
And, it really connects back to this cyclical view of history.
Right.
Remember those 5,000-year cycles?
Like those spiritual days and nights.
Exactly, yeah. And the text suggests that during the Golden Age, it's this royal family, those who have reached that highest level of spiritual awareness, who kind of guide humanity towards a more peaceful and harmonious existence.
So it's not just about me.
Right.
It's about everyone.
It's about playing an active role in creating a better world for everyone.
Yeah, and that ties into something else that I found really interesting. This idea of Baba's property.
Baba's property, yeah. Think of it as like a spiritual inheritance you receive from the Supreme Soul, the Father, Baba.
Right.
It's not about material wealth or possessions, but it's about something far more valuable. Knowledge, virtues, the ability to experience true, lasting happiness.
So it's like I'm inheriting enlightenment.
Exactly.
The tools to live a good life.
Yeah, and just like any inheritance, you have a responsibility to use it wisely, make the most of it.
So how do I even access this property?
That's a good question.
Is it just given to me?
Well, the text really emphasizes that it's earned through effort and dedication. It's through that process of remembrance, aligning your actions with those teachings, that you truly come to possess this inheritance.
So it's not just handed to me.
Right.
It's something I have to work for.
It's something you actively cultivate through your choices, your actions, putting these teachings into practice.
And you mentioned earlier this knowledge is different than what we might find in traditional religions.
Right.
Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, so the text makes this contrast between this unique knowledge and what it refers to as the stones of traditional religious knowledge, suggesting that these traditional teachings, while they can offer valuable insights, they may not have the power to fully liberate us from this cycle of suffering and rebirth.
So it's about going beyond the rituals and dogma.
Yes.
And tapping into something deeper that transforms me.
That's right. And it's this transformative knowledge that empowers you to claim your spiritual inheritance, become part of that royal family, and contribute to the Golden Age.
Okay, but with all this talk of Hindu concepts, is this philosophy just Hinduism?
That's a great question, and one that comes up often.
Yeah.
While it does use some familiar Hindu ideas, like the cycle of yugas, the concept of a Sat Guru, it presents its own unique interpretations.
So it's like taking those concepts and building something new.
Exactly. It's like taking those ingredients and making a whole new dish.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
So it can resonate with people.
Absolutely.
From different backgrounds.
Yes. It highlights the universal themes here. The search for truth. The desire for liberation, the longing for a better world.
Yeah, and those resonate with me.
Yeah.
But what about this idea of the world as illusory or chi-chi?
Right, so this is why that concept of detachment comes in. The text encourages you to see this physical world with all its drama, distractions, as temporary.
Right.
Insignificant compared to the eternal realm of the soul.
So it's not about rejecting everything.
Right.
It's about shifting my perspective.
Precisely. It's about recognizing that true fulfillment doesn't come from chasing those external things.
Right. It's about connecting with myself.
Exactly.
That eternal soul.
Yes. And that's where this idea comes in. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil.
Right. It's about being mindful
of
what I let in.
Exactly. Creating that space for inner peace and clarity amidst all that chaos.
So we've got the cyclical time, the remembrance, this special knowledge, Baba's property, and this call to detach.
Yes, and it's all about understanding your unique role in all of this.
Right.
Taking actions that lead you towards that liberation and the golden age.
It's a lot.
It is.
But I'm starting to see how it all all
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
We're exploring this together, piecing together this deeper understanding.
Before we wrap up, there's one more thing.
Okay.
The text mentions this idea of a chart.
Ah, yes, that chart.
And marks.
Yes, a crucial aspect of this path.
What is that all about?
Remember how we talked about taking that active role?
Right. In your growth. Well, the chart is a tool for self-reflection to kind of assess your progress.
So like a spiritual report card.
You could say that, yeah.
Interesting.
The marks represent your effort.
Okay.
How well you're aligning your life with these principles.
So it's about me holding myself accountable.
Exactly. It's not about comparing yourself to others.
Right.
It's about honestly evaluating your own progress.
I like that. It's about my own growth.
Precisely. And that internal growth is what ultimately leads to claiming that inheritance. Right. Contributing to the golden age.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture.
It is good.
But before we move on, what about these black mouths and Iron Age bodies?
So the text uses some vivid metaphors to describe humanity.
Right.
Particularly in this Iron Age. Remember, it's characterized by impurity and degradation. The black mouths symbolize that negativity.
Cruelty, actions that stem from a lack of spiritual awareness.
So not about how I look.
Right.
It's about the state of my soul.
Exactly. The text suggests that in this Iron Age, souls become tarnished, weighed down by that negativity and baggage.
And so the Iron Age bodies represent that.
Yes, the challenges we face, the tendencies towards selfishness, greed, conflict that arise when we're disconnected.
So the goal is to shed all that.
That's the essence of it,
Become golden again.
The text highlights that transformative power of the Father's knowledge and that practice of remembrance to cleanse and uplift our souls.
It's a powerful picture.
It is.
Of the human condition and how to reach liberation.
It's not shying away from the challenges. But it's also offering a way to overcome them.
Yeah, and create a better future.
That's what makes it so compelling. It's a call to action. A roadmap for this Iron Age.
And to create a better world.
Well said.
We'll be back soon to explore even more.
Okay.
From Sweet Children, Divine Guidance.
Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Sweet Children, Divine Guidance.
It's been quite a journey.
It really has. I feel like we've covered so much.
We have, from cyclical time to Baba's property.
Right, and this royal family in the Golden Age.
Yeah, it really makes you think.
It does. But one thing I've been wondering about, we talk so much about the Father, as an all-knowing guide.
Yeah.
But what about other figures?
Okay.
Like Krishna or Shiva?
Right, those often associated with Hinduism.
Yeah, where do they fit in?
That's a great question, and it's one the text actually addresses.
Okay.
It makes a distinction between the Supreme Soul as the source of everything, and those souls who play big roles within the cycle.
So, like, Krishna is a great soul.
Yes.
But ultimately part of the show, not the creator.
Exactly. Like the Supreme Soul is the playwright. Right.
Well, Krishna is an actor.
Okay, that makes sense.
Playing their part.
So it's about going straight to the source.
Yes, connecting with that ultimate creator.
Okay, and I want to go back to this idea of the world as chi-chi or illusory.
Right. It's powerful, but can be misinterpreted.
It can, yeah.
It's not about hating the world. It's a perspective shift.
Oh.
Recognizing that true fulfillment isn't in possessions or achievements.
It's about focusing on what's really meaningful.
Exactly. The text uses chi-chi to encourage detachment from that allure of the material world.
So I'm not denying the physical world.
Right.
But I'm seeing beyond it.
Yes, it's about developing a new way of seeing.
Okay.
Understanding happiness comes from within.
From my soul.
Connecting with your essence as a soul.
Right.
Remembering that connection with the Supreme.
That resonates with me.
Yeah, it's about finding joy in your spiritual journey.
Not chasing material stuff.
Exactly.
It's refreshing, you know? It is, especially in a world so focused on material success.
Yeah, it's like a different way to live.
It offers a way to navigate those challenges.
Right.
To find meaning amidst the chaos.
And to help create that better future.
Yes, exactly.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive,
okay,
what are some key takeaways?
Remember, this world is part of a cycle.
Right.
We're in the tough part, the Iron Age.
But the Golden Age is coming.
It is, and the key is remembrance.
Of the Supreme Soul.
Recognizing ourselves as souls.
Embracing that knowledge.
Yes. And charting your progress.
Right, holding myself accountable.
Simply assessing your actions.
Don't forget, that inheritance Baba's property.
It's waiting for you.
I have to work for it, though.
You do, through effort and dedication.
Practice detachment.
Find joy in your spiritual growth.
Connect with the Supreme Soul.
This has been fascinating.
It has. I'm leaving with a lot to think about.
That's what we hoped for.
This is just the beginning.
Keep exploring.
Yeah, explore sweet children. Divine guidance.
See what it means for you.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll be back soon with more fascinating topics.
Until then, keep seeking.
And learning.
And keep diving deep.